Sometimes, you don't need anyone to destroy you. You learn to do it on your own. You don't decide all at once. Nobody wakes up one day saying, "Today, I'm going to stop being who I am." It's more subtle, slower. It all starts with fear. Fear of standing out, of being wrong, of someone thinking badly of you. Fear that being yourself is not enough. Then you do what seems safest. You adapt. Step 1. Stop thinking for yourself. Don't speak out loud if you're not sure it's a good fit. Wait to see what others think before taking a chance. If something provokes a visceral reaction, suppress it. Better to observe what the comments say. Better to share what's already approved. Don't let your ideas disturb. Don't let your words break anything. So you start swallowing opinions whole as if they were pills. Some are given to you by your environment. Others are thrown at you by the algorithm. You swallow them without chewing. After all, they already come with thousands of likes. That means they're good, right? You stop asking yourself what you think because it's easier to let the majority decide. Originality starts to make you lazy or fear. Why risk thinking differently if you can repeat something you've already liked before? And the most comfortable of all, if your ideas are not yours, you don't have to defend anything. No one can attack you for thinking like everyone else. There is no conflict, no friction, just a false sense of belonging that doesn't bother anyone, not even you. Once you're in, it's hard to get out, because even your doubt starts to sound the same as everyone else's. Step 2. Treat social approval like oxygen. You start dressing as expected, not because it represents you, but because it's the right thing to do, the neutral thing to do, the thing that fits. You laugh at the right moments, even if the joke isn't funny. You learn to speak in safe, empty phrases, those that say nothing but sound good. And your tastes, those are left behind, as if they were rarities from another life. Your hobbies seem too weird to share. That obsession you had as a child for miniature trains, for Japanese drawings, for filming yourself dancing on the sly. You bury all that, as if revealing an authentic part of yourself were a social crime. You prefer to be perceived as normal rather than real. In the end, your identity becomes a collection of borrowed gestures. You don't dress like you. You don't talk like you. You don't think like you. You're just playing a functional version of someone who could fit into any group without bothering anyone. Being that kind of person comes at a price. You no longer know who you were when no one was looking. And worst of all, you start to think that it doesn't matter. That being accepted is more important than being yourself. Step 3. Avoid any risk at all costs. Don't start that project you're excited about. Wait, it's not the right time. It never is. You're not ready yet. You don't know enough. You could fail, and if you fail, someone will see it. Someone will comment on it. They'll laugh. They'll think you're a pathetic attempt at something. Better not even try. You turn prudence into an excuse, perfectionism into paralysis. You check an idea 1,000 times without daring to execute it, because there is always something that can go wrong. Because the worst sin is not getting it wrong. It is to make a fool of yourself. And so, your creativity atrophies, not for lack of talent, but for excess of judgment, for fear of making a fool of yourself, for fear of being exposed. You stop imagining freely because every new idea must first pass through the filter of fear. What if it doesn't work? What if you don't like it? What if I'm not good enough? The answer is always the same. Don't do it. Stay where you are. Don't bother. Don't fail. Don't dream too high. Don't climb too fast. Don't look too far ahead. And above all, don't dare to think you could be more than you already are. You bury all that under the guise of stability, of maturity, as if voluntary mediocrity were synonymous with sanity. Until one day you realize that you haven't tried anything new for years, that your life has been a constant optimization of security, that you have built a cage of habits where everything is predictable and everything is sterile. And of course, there are no mistakes, there are no failures, but there is no life either. Step 4. Never assume responsibility. Everything bad that happens to you has an explanation. There is always someone to blame. Your parents for how they raised you, the system for how it crushes you, your boss for not valuing you, your partner for not understanding you, luck for not touching you, the horoscope for making you a Virgo. That narrative has an advantage. It frees you from all weight. Nothing is your fault, so you don't have to change anything. You can complain about everything without lifting a finger. You can lament without being uncomfortable. You can live angry with the world without assuming an ounce of responsibility for what you are, for what you do, or for what you dare not do. But there's something they don't tell you about that comfort. It's addictive. It protects you from pain in exchange for your power. Because when everything depends on others, you cease to be in control. You become a spectator. You react, but you don't choose. You survive, but you do not live. And so you spend your days trapped between complaints and excuses, convinced that life is unfair, that you can't do anything about it, that everything is beyond you. Until a moment comes when you can no longer tell if you were really hurt or if you simply chose to do nothing with what you were given. But if any of this bothers you, congratulations, you're still alive. Because discomfort is the first sign that there is something inside you that does not fit with this lie, that doesn't want to resign itself, that still remembers, even if only in a blur, who you were before you started hiding. Maybe you were weird, or too intense, or too sensitive, or just different. But you were you. With your messy ideas, your uncomfortable passions, your ridiculous mistakes, and your absurd manias. It was you. Without filters, without calculation, without fear. And now, you know it. You have seen it. You've seen how you gradually erased yourself, how you traded authenticity for acceptance, curiosity for conformity, courage for silence, purpose for comfort. The worst thing is not that you got lost. The worst thing is that you got used to not looking for yourself. But this is not about motivational speeches. There is no guaranteed happy ending. No one is going to rescue you. There is no reset button. There is no life-changing video. There is only one uncomfortable truth. Either you take charge of yourself, or you keep blurring until you become wallpaper to your own story. What you don't practice atrophies. If you don't use your voice, it shuts down. If you don't take risks, you shut down. If you don't think for yourself, you become a repeater. If you don't choose, someone else will do it for you. And they will do it well, because the world is full of molds waiting for bodies, of scripts waiting for submissive actors, of expectations waiting for submissives who don't bother. And you can keep fitting in. You can keep lying to yourself. You can keep repeating that it's not that bad, that everyone does it, that you'll change later. But you know better. You know that it's getting harder and harder to remember what made you feel alive. That you look in the mirror and there is a kind of echo, an image that doesn't bother anyone, but it doesn't thrill anyone either, not even you. So don't expect more revelations. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to be uncomfortable enough to move. One small action, just one. Even if it is clumsy, even if it is ugly, even if no one understands it, it doesn't matter. Do it. Because every honest gesture is a thread with which you can begin to rebuild yourself. And maybe it won't be perfect, and you will surely fail, but it will be yours. And that, in this world, is already a revolution.